Right, hi everybody, good morning. A great reminder to come into the present. Spilling your coffee all over your chair. You gotta wipe it up real fast, barely awake. And then you gotta sit in it. It feels a little bit wet, but still, it's like, okay, how do I react to that this morning? There it is. That's all you need for your spiritual practice. And it'll let you know where you're at. I handled it pretty well this morning. Took it as a sign that I needed to not think too much. Is the present moment your friend or is it your enemy? I mean, that is like such a basic question. If there's one question to ask yourself, that's it. If that were the only one that you ask yourself your whole friggin' life, I think that's all good, because it's all right there. I love it that I love this way of thinking about it, conceptualizing it, just because it's great language. Like, is it your friend or is it your enemy? Those are easy words to know what they mean. You don't have to get all hoity-toity or anything. Do you consider the situation right now, all the things that are happening around you right now, to be your buddy? Or something that is frustrating the hell out of you, your enemy, even torturing you, hurting you? It can, all the range of interpretations, judgments can be in this one question. Like, I don't know if it's my buddy, but it's kind of like, okay. All right. Or maybe it's, treating me well in one way and not in another way. Okay. But usually right now is very simple, right? Right now is just this. So like in my life, nothing is going on right now. Just nothing. There are still things that I could complain about, like sitting in a little bit of moisture coffee. But there's also so much I could be thankful for, like sitting on a sheepskin rug, that's on my chair. Very nice, very comfy. They're right there together. I mean, the coffee spill is literally on the amazing thing. So they're both right there. And which one do I go to? Do I think like, oh my God, this coffee is messing up my life? Is it an enemy? Or, man, I don't really feel the coffee droplets on my butt anymore. Like, sheep wool skin thing is feeling great, nice and warm. I mean, it's right there. That's the interpretation. That's either you go one way or you go the other way. It's seemingly, the gray is a little bit hard to reach. You either go one way or the other. But it's all very gray. There's pluses and minuses. It depends on what you focus on, what your point of view is. You know what I mean? This is an attitude more than some truth. It's the same friggin' thing over and over. The situation matters very little. What does matter is your attitude, your vibe, as I called it in another video. Is this your friggin' friend or not? That's what everything comes down to. You can complain about everything. You think you can't find something to complain when you're rich and you got the pool, or you're sitting by the ocean? I've sat by the ocean and complained about a lot of things. Too many friggin' people. Why are they blasting the music? Why is the wind so high and the sand is blowing in my eyeballs? Like, the sun's too friggin' hot. The ocean's too dirty. Someone peed in it. Like, of course. So I'm walking around. This happens all the time because we're always here. There's never a time where this does not apply. Because lo and behold, you're always freaking here, right here, wherever you are. And your attitude is right there, lo and behold. It's following you around. I mean, it's just hilarious. One super easy thing to somehow get aware about, sometimes it hits you, is if you're complaining or not. You don't have to do the other thing. You don't have to think like be grateful for everything right away. But you can be honest or notice that you're complaining all the time. For sure, that's what I noticed. That's what I notice even when this coffee situation happened this morning. Immediately, I'm like, my body reacts. First of all, I'm not the one who catches the freaking coffee container as it's falling to the floor. I didn't do that. That was some crazy instinctual lightning response. Magic. So it didn't become a complete disaster. Right after I had controlled it and, grabbed a towel, then my mind started going because it comes in late, always. Complain? Complain, not complain. Complain, not complain. The decision is right there. It's right there. Complain about this or use it for something else. And the thing is, like, for a very long time, I would not have had any choice in the matter. I would have complained. I would have said, F, Oh my God. Such bull. Stuff is always happening. This shouldn't have happened. Why did this happen? Like, how can I make this not my fault? Like someone else freaking made me spill the coffee immediately. So that's the whole game. Because it's a funny question. Because most of the time, we don't have a choice about it. If you did, you'd probably choose friend every time. Right? If you don't have a choice, you can't do anything. That's what it's all about. Can you choose your relationship to the present, to this stuff, to everything that's constantly happening in your life? Do you have a choice? Because who's going to choose, I would like to be in a constant war with reality? No one's going to choose that. Everybody wants to be at peace, satisfied, have the present be with them. That's what, the part of us that loves the battle, that wants the enemy, that needs the enemy, is the part that most of the time runs my life. That's why everything's so full of like drama and fighting. But like those moments when I have a choice, I always choose peace. I always choose to laugh at the part of me that wants to blame someone else for my having spilled the friggin' coffee. I did that, obviously. So who's the idiot inside me trying to blame like whoever, my wife or something, for spilling my coffee? She's not even awake. So yeah, I'm gonna choose the peaceful one. The one that's more aligned with like what is real in the world. It's a huge shift. Call it a shift in consciousness, in whatever what word you want to use. But if you've ever felt it, there is no doubt that it is a huge shift. Because most of the time, some of us all of the time, we're in that other state. Reactive, no choice. thinking that this moment, this right here, is standing in our way. And if it were just different, or in the future sometime maybe it will be different, then we'll be satisfied. A huge shift. But what a useful question. I have found it incredibly useful to just ask. And most of the time, if you're asking the freaking question, that's a good sign. That already means that you're like, there's a crack, obviously. Because if you're totally lost in it, you're not asking that question. I would have thought it was ridiculous to ask that question 20 years ago. No comprendo at all. Wishing you well today. Thanks.